gig with Uncle Funk's Disco Inferno, doing a private event in Cambridgeshire, and remarkably I've got fabulous mobile internet connection, which isn't normally the case when we're out in the wilds, but that's what I've got today. So I thought I'd do an impromptu live chat. I know we did a live chat this week, but hey, you can never have enough live chats. So we're doing disco gig, 2 1-hour sets, of course, all your favourite disco hits. And we're kicking off at about 9:30, so I've got time to kill. So I thought I'd come see you fine people on the channel. Hope you're having a good weekend. It's slightly different weather this week. So we've had a few weeks of rampant summer sunshine. It's a bit overcast today. Not quite as warm. I guess about 19, 20 degrees here in the UK, in the south. But yeah. So here we are. I can actually see if I can put this tripod on here, because I haven't got to walk around with it, get a dead arm in the process. Perhaps it might work. Might work. See how we go. See if that works. How's that? I know, just a bunch of motors. There's a black Ferrari in the shed over there. But yeah. So I hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a good weekend. And yeah, 1 gig for me this weekend. Next week's two festivals. And then once kind of this week, going forward into July, it gets a bit rampant. So we'll I've got a couple of weeks of 3 and 4 gigs, so it's going to be busy. So I've got the Empathy with me tonight, of course, Status Empathy. We're on gig number 45 of the Bass String Experiment series. So strings are definitely well worn in now. I can assure you of that. The E and the A string have kind of had their best days. The D and the G string are still okay. They've still got some tone and a bit of brightness to them. But we'll see how many more gigs we can get out of those. I have absolutely no idea. But they just keep going. At the moment, none of them have snapped, and the tuning is still fairly reliable. So unless one of those factors changes, we'll just keep going with them, see how far we can get. I would imagine 50 is a fairly safe bet. Who knows, we might get to 60. But we will see. We will see. So thank you to everyone who... hello, Stacey from North Carolina. Good to see you. Yeah, we did live chat the other night. Thank you to all the people that were on it. Good to see you after a bit of a holiday. And thank you to all the new subscribers. There's quite a few of you. Numbers have been going up fairly consistently for about the past month, which is great to see. So thank you. If you're new to the channel, you're very welcome. Thank you for watching the videos and commenting and giving the videos thumbs up and all your suggestions and following on social media, and it's all good. Thank you very much. The channel's going in the right direction. Green arrows on everything. Everything's going up, so it's all good. But yeah, and thank you for all the merch sales. Got the Brooks's Bass Corner hoodie on here, which I bought when we had 25% off discount the other week, about 10 days ago. So it's very warm. Perfect for autumn and winter. Not so great for summer, but it's not chilly, but it's there's a bit of a breeze here. So this is just serving me very well. Thank you very much. And the caps are selling pretty good as well. So thank you if you're buying merchandise. Thank you. It really helps. Big time. So yeah. So there we go. So who's out? Who's out gigging this evening? Who's out on gigs? Where are you playing? What have you got with you? What gear have you got? I'm on a pedal board and in-ear monitoring tonight, so no amplification for me. But that means it's a very easy load in and a very easy load out. So I should be away within about 15-20 minutes from here. We're finishing at midnight, so yeah, shouldn't be home too late. What's the... Sorry, Stacey, I missed that there. Hang on, let me select live chat instead of top chat. What's the temperature where you are? I think it's about 20, or it was earlier. It's probably dropped to about 18 now, and there is a breeze. So, yeah, it's not a balmy, warm summer evening like it was last week and the past few weeks. What's on your pedal board? Usual, it's the small board. So, Boss TU2 tuner, Digitech drop pedal, EBS Octobase octave pedal, Aguilar filter twin, envelope filter pedal, and then that all goes out to the system via the Aguilar tone hammer pedal, which is basically the same as an Aguilar tone hammer amp, but without the power section. So it's the guts, it's the preamp. So yeah, nice and simple, nice and easy. Soundman's happy, and that's what we aim for. So I've got the Empathy, as I said, got one of my GBs, GB Rumour, Kingfisher Blue one, and that's it, no amplification whatsoever. Where did you get beer from? Oh, was it free?
The party, yeah, the big bathtub of beer.
Very good. Oh, I'll be swinging past there shortly. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Tickle. But yeah, so there we are. So we'll see how many more gigs we can get out of this set of strings on the Status Empathy. It's they're coming to the end, that's for sure. So they've been on since late July last year. I think 29th of July was the first gig. I put them on a day or two before that. So yeah, they've done me proud. Mr. Tickle, yeah. Yes, those Rotor Sound strings have done me very nicely. So big thumbs up to Jason and Jack and the crew at Rotor Sound. Thank you for all the support, guys. I try and fly the flag as much as I can. So, you know, I use those strings, well, Rotor Sound strings, on all my basses when I'm restringing. Got a couple of basses, anyone that watches the demos and reviews will know, there's a couple of basses that haven't got Rotor Sounds on, purely because they haven't needed restringing. But when they do get to that point that they do, that's what they'll be getting. I think I just missed your last message, Stace. Sorry. Mr. Tickle, yeah, there you go. So yeah, new gear, what have I got to tell you? I mentioned on live chat on Tuesday, just recently purchased an SWR Super Redhead combo. Been after one for years. It's always kind of been there on my list, and one came up for sale up north, and want to do a load of videos on the channel using it. I've got quite a few amps and combos, and I'd like to do some videos where I the wind just blew the phone off. That's how windy it is. Visog, evening Mr. B, have a good gig, thank you. Tell you what, I'll hold that. There we go. Yes, so the SWR Super Redhead. So I'm going to do some videos using different amps that I've got. So take an XLR feed out to the audio interface. So I'm going to pick a bass out of the rack, could be anything, and then run it through a bunch of different amps and combos. You'll hear the differences, you'll hear the tonal differences of each amp. So the SWR is going to be part of that. But also I wanted it for the backdrop on the videos where I have all the amps and the combos and stuff. But I want to use it as well. So it will come out on some gigs and put it through its paces. I've never owned any SWR gear. I was always a big admirer of it, but when they were doing their thing, sort of through the 90s and early 2000s, there was so much good, high quality bass gears. They were one of many brands that were out there. So back in those days, you were looking at Trace, Hartkey, Eden, SWR, EBS, Gallien-Kruger, you know, Mesa Boogie. There's just so much gear. Gensbens, Mark Bass. And SWR were always up there, but for some reason I never veered onto that path. Sorry, Visog, I just missed your second message. 2 seconds. So are you a valve or a solid state man? I'm a bit of both. I'll be honest, I'm a bit of both. I've always had amps for most of the time that have had a valve in the preamp, solid state power amp. But about 9 years ago, I bought my first sort of valve amp, which was a Mesa Boogie or Messer Engineering. It's the Strategy 888 amp. It weighs an absolute ton. It's got something like 18 valves or something in it. I might be exaggerating, but I can't remember off the top of my head. It's got, I think, 6 valves in the preamp, and then a load of KT88s pumping it out. And the sound of that amp is just fabulous. It really is. And then from there, I ended up using Aguilar amplification. So anyone that watches the channel knows I tend to use Aguilar a lot of the time. And I've got the DB751, which isn't 100% valve amp, but it's got valve. I think it's got 3 preamp valves. Hello. You've got some plates, I see. The Funkle is off to do the washing up. Get your gloves on. And yeah, so the DB751's got 3 preamp valves and then a bunch, I think, MOSFET stuff in the power amp section. But again, predominantly a valve amp. And that's my favourite amp of all time. So I'm quite happy to go with different gear based on what the gig is and what the requirements of the gig. So like the other week when I did the Box Park Wembley gig, which there's the video of here on the channel. Actually, it was the last video that went up aside from the live chat. You'll see I used a Trace Elliott Elf with an Aguilar SL212 cab. Obviously I would have liked to use one of my other amplifiers, but there just wasn't the room and the carrying space in the gig bag. So the Elf just solved the problem that day. And it's a fine amp in its own right. But obviously I've got a few other things that sound different and to my ear better. But on that occasion, something small, solid state, did everything I needed it to do. So, you know, when conditions allow a good valve amp, and if the material is good for that, so, you know, if I'm doing Queen stuff, rock stuff, old soul stuff, Motown stuff, then a valve amp is very much the order of the day. But, you know, a good solid state amp is no slouch. So, you know, I don't necessarily have a preference, but, you know, if I'm going to be doing a lot of slapping stuff, a valve amp isn't necessarily going to be sort of the order of the day, but it depends. Like with the Aguilar DB751, you can get great slap tone out of that, so there's no problem using that. But if you want old school plummy valve roundness, then some of the other amps I've got might suit that better. But the Aguilar DB751 is no slouch in any department, so more than happy using that. So yeah, there we are. But like I say, tonight there's no amp at all. It's coming, well, my signal's going from my board via the tone hammer pedal, the preamp pedal, out to the front of house sound. And that will serve me well this evening. But yeah, there we go. So next week, what we got next week? 2 Uncle Funk gigs. We're doing Oxted Festival, which is on the south side of the M25. It's on Friday. I think we're headlining. And then Saturday, I think I'm right in saying, is Camper Jam Festival over near Telford. So kind of Worcestershire way. Actually a bit further up than that maybe. So it's sort of northwest of Birmingham, Midlands. But yeah. And I think we're headlining that one as well. We're definitely on sort of quite late. So it might be 2 headline slots. But again, just be pedal boards, IEMs, no backline gear. Keep it simple, keep it easy. Visog, what bass is you using tonight? So you've obviously missed off the front of the chat. So I'm using my Status Empathy, the red one, which has got the Road Sound strings on. So tonight is gig number 45 of the Bass String Experiment series. So those strings have been on for 45 gigs tonight. So that's my main gig bass for tonight. Backup is my GB Rumor 4-string Kingfisher Blue. So yeah, unless something goes disastrously wrong, or the batteries fail, or the strings snap, it'll be the status all the way. And same again next week until those strings give up the ghost. It'll be that bass for as many gigs as I can possibly throw at it. There will be updates on the videos here on the channel. I know I haven't updated that series of videos since gig 14. So there's going to be a video, I would hope, this week, which will cover 5 gigs. So it'll be gig 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. Then there'll be another video which is 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. The reason for doing all this, like one video covering a number of gigs, is I realized when I got to like gig 11, gig 12, that the strings weren't really changing. They'd kind of settled into where they were, and I was just producing videos and saying the same thing, just on a different gig. So the next video will be 15 to 19, 20 to 24, 25 to 29, and so on and so forth. So you don't have to watch a video for every gig. It'll be like a roundup video. So I've got all the footage filmed, and just got to edit them and put them up for you fine people to enjoy. Hey Joe Goose, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Saturday evening, how's tricks? Yeah, might have a nice sunset here shortly, who knows. We might, or we might not. We will see. Hope you're well and busy. How did the house move go? Hope that all went smoothly for you. Anyone go to see the Winery Dogs last week? Billy Sheehan was in town. Where are you, Mike? I am in trying to remember what the place is called. Bear with me. I don't want to exit the chat, but I do want to look at something. So bear with me a moment. I will just find my gig diary and see. I can't see a way to come out of here without exiting the chat. Oh, hold on. That might do it. Hang on. Oh. I don't know. Well, we're in Cambridgeshire. I'm trying to think where we're near to. We're kind of between Saffron, Walden and Bishop Stortford. So think M11 and then left before you get to Saffron, Walden. So we're out in the wilds a bit. Sorry, I missed a couple of messages there. Bear with me. Vissol, Bernie would kill me, but my strings are 3 years old. Yeah, you're right, he would kill you. So much high end on a Spitfire, not a problem. Correct. Well, I have the same thing with the Empathy 3-band EQ. Just kind of breathed life into dead strings. They're holding their tune in, none of them snapped. E and the A string are fairly dead, the D and G are okay. So we carry on, we soldier on. So that's set of strings tonight, 45 gigs. Graham, hey, how you doing, man? Joe Goose, still waiting to move in, still in Airbnbs. Holy, that was a few weeks ago you were moving. What happened there then? Yes, I'm in Essex, Suffolk. Not Suffolk, kind of Essex, Cambridgeshire, I'd say. That's a bit more kind of where we are, what we're doing. But it's a private party, very swanky. Very swanky. There's a black Ferrari amongst about 10 other vehicles in their garage. So not short of a bob or two, this lot. But it's very nice room. Big sort of glass greenhouse marquee thing that we're playing in. But there we are. Careful of those Essex girls, mate. We've only just had dinner. I'll be getting in my costume. We'll do the gig, and I'll be out here within about 15 minutes of us finishing. So have no fear. It's home time straight after we finish at midnight. One gig this weekend. YouTube editing tomorrow. So there'll be a load of shorts going up next couple of days as well, which you'll see here on YouTube Shorts, you'll see on Instagram Reels, and you will see on TikTok. So more 60-second bass reviews coming your way. What's the bass guitar for tonight? Status Empathy with the same strings on. This is gig number 45 of the Bass String Experiment series. So the red Empathy with the Aqua LEDs. That's got the Rotor Sound Swing Bass 66 steels on there. This is gig number 45. I haven't used the bass for 2 weeks. Couldn't use it last week because we were on a Queen gig. So it was precisions all the way. But it's back to Uncle Funk Disco Classics tonight, so the status comes out. Yeah. How's things? Oh, great. Yeah, everyone's saying hello to each other. There we are. Are you going to give the natural empathy on gigs, or is that just for home use? No, that will come out on gigs at some point, but the bass string experiment series is kind of at the forefront. I need to kind of get that done, and not so much finish, because those strings could go on another 30 gigs, but we'll see. But I've got to rack up those gigs while I can, because I can't use the empathy on every gig. So this is why it's like taken over a year to do 45 gigs, because I can't use it on Queen gigs and a few other things. So like when I've done abroad gigs, I don't take the empathy anymore. But yes, the natural empathy will be coming out with some gigs probably quite shortly, once the strings on the red empathy have sort of bitten the dust. But I want to be using the white GB Rumour for Uncle Funk. So yeah, I do have some news actually though. I said on Tuesday on the live chat that Russ Hollinshead had suggested some rechargeable 9-volt batteries, and they were meant to last longer. The lithium rechargeables, they were meant to last longer than Pro Cells, and they didn't. They haven't. I tested them at home. I charged them up, put them in, and they actually lasted less than the Pro Cells. So even though they are meant to be more powerful, they're not. So I've spent about 26 quid on 4 rechargeable lithium batteries that don't solve the issue. So that sound to light system in that GB is clearly a huge battery eater. So you're literally going to get 2 1-hour sets and probably about another 25 minutes. So in some ways it's okay. I can use them and just recharge them after each gig, just connect them up to my PC and or laptop and let them charge up. But yeah, wasn't the mega solution I thought it would be, which was a shame. But there we are. Oh, I'm missing messages here. Lewis Wingrove, good to see you, mate. Doing fine as frog hair. Yeah. Visog, loving the funk forecast. Status glory. Yes, indeed. Yeah. For a long time, I used my GB Rumour for the Kingfisher Blue one on the Uncle Funk gigs, and then I started using the white one when I bought that. But for the bass string experiment series, it's been the empathy all the way since last July, late July. So it's just that one. Do I have a status strap? No, I don't. I always use comfort straps. Have used comfort straps since 1998. Swear by them. They're absolutely fantastic. I did get bought a nice strap by one of the girls here in Uncle Funk when we did Secret Santa back in 2001, and that strap is for the GB Rumour, the white one, but I don't tend to use it on the status because it's a bit heavier than the GB, not much but a bit, and comfort straps it is. I have many of them on my sort of coat rack on the back of my office door, which is where I hang all my straps. Yeah, heard the comfort strap are great for heavy basses like alembics. They are, but I'm still investigating a decent strap for my alembic basses because of their length. Yes, I do use strap locks on all my basses. Couple of basses I've bought in recent years. What was I going to say? A couple of basses I've bought in recent years. I think the screw hole is bigger than the shallow strap button screw. when I've seen that, I've ended up just using the strap buttons that come with the bass and using the rubber washers thing. So on Betsy, I just use rubber washers. I haven't bothered with Schaller strap locks on that, but I've used Schaller, God, now that is going back, probably since 1989, I think. Yeah, I was an early adopter in my career of Schallers, but they're not perfect. There is there was an inherent problem, which I think they've now solved. But I did a video very early on in the life of this channel. If you go back through the old videos, you'll find it. Just search for Schaller strap locks on my channel, and you'll find it. So there's a problem that over time, little metal, sort of, the catching point within the part that you pull up to release it, as it drops down, sits in the, it's not a hole, but you know what I mean. There's like the indent in the strap button where the screw goes in. Over time, the part from the top part of the lock that sits in there, it wears away over time. And if you hold any given bass at a certain angle, it's possible that the button will come away from the lock if you set it up how Schaller tell you to do it. So I found the workaround was not to put the lock on your strap and always have it on there with the washer and the screw and what have you. What worked for me was having the button, put your strap over the button, and then put the lock over the button that way. Now, since 1995, I've never had a problem. It's never gone wrong since. So as far as I'm concerned, that's the way to do it. Vissog, Mike, do you go all out on a gig with your alembic on a fusion meltdown? No, I don't do fusion bands. I'm not a jazzer. I usually use my alembics only on gigs where I know I'm going to have a load of room. So, for example, if I'm doing a Butlins gig or a stage at a venue that I know I'm going to have some room. If I'm going to be sort of quite close to everyone, certainly in Uncle Funk, there's 9 of us on stage. So I used it. I used my Mark King signature standard when we did the filmed performance with Uncle Funk during lockdown. So if you go on the Uncle Funk YouTube channel, you'll see a load of videos from around 2020, late 2020, and I'm using that bass on there. Now the sound you hear was recorded partly on the gig and partly in a separate session afterwards, but it is the alembic. It's on so it's used on the performance that's filmed, and then a couple of days later we re-recorded all our lines, and they were sort of cross mixed. But no, I don't do fusion meltdowns. Joe Goose, Spinal Tap split up when? Sorry, missed that. Spinal Tap split up when the bassist started to play jazz. Well, exactly, there you go. But no, I'm not much of a jazzer, you know. Marcus Miller, Weather Report, Stanley Clarke, Jacko, that's kind of my level of jazz, really. But even then, you know, I don't play like Jacko. That's never been, I'm never going to reach those dizzy heights, and so many other people want to be like that leading to it. I just do what I need to do to earn the money, you know. There's money in pop and rock and soul and funk. There's not really in jazz. Unless you're an original artist and you're the one making the money on the tracks being played. But what a lovely chap. Kill your gig, Mike. Yeah, exactly. I try. But yeah, so here we are, summer 2023. Summer 2020 seems like a very long time ago now. We were all worried we might not get out on gigs and we might not be able to do this, that and the other. And everything's kind of gone back to how it was. Doesn't feel any different to 2019, does it? Just 5 years, put teeth in, 4 years down the line. Any famous bassists drop into your streams, Mike, recently? Well, someone was meant to drop in on Tuesday, and unfortunately didn't get my messages till very late in the day. In fact, didn't get my messages till the following day. So he wasn't able to join by video. So he has said he will drop in on one of the next two. We just don't know which date yet. So I've got to give him the dates, set up the invites, and then it's up to him which one he wants to drop into. So keep watching the next two live chats. So we'll see who we've got. But yeah, what I really would like to do is a live chat with Barry Morehouse from the Bass Centre. And that might have to be done in a pub or a restaurant. But I'll suggest the idea to him soon and see if I could, because his stories could fill up a whole evening of live chat, that's for sure. In fact, I will get onto that this week. Try and get him before he goes away on his holidays. So we will see. We shall see. So yeah. I guess what I should do is, have the camera around the other side of the shed that's next to me. Then you can see the black Ferrari. But this is far more picturesque, of course. Stacey, yes, an on-location chat with Barry in a pub. We'll see. I'll have a chat with him. See if I can arrange a Tuesday with him. I'm sure he'd be well up for it, actually. I'm sure he would. Because he knows me. He's fine with me. So we'll have a natter. I can ask him lots of questions about the old days that I don't know the answers to. Yeah. So where's everyone playing? I'm guessing those of you who are on this live chat aren't gigging tonight. See, I would take you round to where we're playing on the stage, but the problem is the music will lead to copyright claims, as I found out when we did the impromptu live chat at Cambridge Club Festival a couple of weeks ago. And I ended up having to edit that video to cut out the music that was causing the copyright claim. Woofer. That's our keyboard player's voice. Dog to the gig. Quite right too. Best behaved member of the band. But yeah, the old background music on copyright claims, it's a real thorn in the side. There's not much of a way around it unless YouTube change their rules, and I can't see that happening anytime soon, sadly. So there. Yes, Stacey, it'll be mates chatting. Yeah. Barry with his flowing locks, me less so.
It was lovely, actually.
Hello, Luna. Is there a way to mute the sound from your side? No, not unless I'm talking on a mic. It's like if I have a lapel mic. Invariably, if I'm using the phone and the phone camera, you can't do it because the audio is all encompassing. And the thing is, because once it's recorded, I can't go back in and edit it because it's uploaded as it's recording. That's the bum deal, unfortunately. But not to worry, we soldier on. We're doing for time. We're on in an hour. So yeah, so it should be a good night. We haven't had an Uncle Funk gig for 3 weeks. So the last one was Saltasia Festival in Walden in Essex. That was second weekend in June. So yeah, back on the Uncle Funk wagon this evening. So we've got tonight, 2 next week, 1 in Oxted in Surrey on the south side of the M25. That's on Friday. And Saturday we are doing Camper Jam Festival. I think it's Camper Jam. I think it is. Camper Jam Festival up near Telford in the Midlands. And then the week after we are in Cromer in Norfolk on the Friday the 14th of July. Saturday 15th, I think it's a private event in Bishop Stortford. And then, I'm trying to think further on, where are we after that? The week after is Stand and Calling on the Thursday in Hertfordshire. Friday we're at Chidfest down near Brighton in East Sussex, and then the Saturday I think I've got a wedding gig with a function band. And then after that the mind just goes into a blur, frankly. Sorry, I just missed a message there. Let's see what that said. All those opportunities to get on down. That's right, Stacey Ann. Too right.
It almost feels like, why bother if you're gonna put on like a 30 plug-in mastering chain.
Can't believe it. Keyboard player and sound man have gone to the beer tent, didn't bring any beers back for anyone. Oh well, fizzy pop all the way. Yeah, and the cockerel's off as well. So what's everyone up to this evening? There's going to be a load of demo and review videos going up over the next, well, couple of weeks. Editing tomorrow. Probably going to be bass string experiment video first. Then there's going to be the Ibanez SR300 demo, Lakeland 4464 demo. Then review videos, and that should pretty much open the floodgates for all the other stuff I've got ready to go. So keep watching the channel, guys and girls. There's loads of content coming your way. Stacey, that's wrong. What are they about? Yeah, correct. Yeah, didn't bring any back for anyone else. Lazy. That's what I call it. Looks like I'm wearing sunglasses. It's not. It's because I've got the cap on. The sun's going down. Looks quite good over there, doesn't it? Actually, if I do that. Ah, there you go. See? Loads of light now. Tell you what, I'll take you on a little walk, show you this black Ferrari. Boils my egg, I tell you. You can probably hear a bass drum in the background. That's not our bass drum, it's just on the music that's playing. Yes, Stacey, a nicely forming sunset. Let's see. Doesn't really show up, does it? There we go. Okay. Right, back Ferrari. See if I can do it with me in the background. It's, where are we? That one. There's an Audi next to it, but there's a black Ferrari. Look at that. It's not too shabby, is it? Well, it's not black, it's blue. It's like a dark blue. How about that? 2023 model. Yeah, not too bad. I like it. Yeah, there. There. That one. I'll take two. Yes, please. Wouldn't get many bass cabs in it though. That's the joy of going in, as you see. Do it that way. What's that? It'll make a nice bass colour. Oh, absolutely. Midnight blue. One of my favourites, that is. Always a good guitar colour, that. Let's see how we're doing time-wise. 22. Give it another 10 minutes. And then it'll be time to get the Lycra on. So any new purchases? Anyone bought anything lately? What you got? New bass, new pedals, new amps? What's people buying? Yeah, the old sunset's going for it now. Looks like there's a fire. There isn't. It's just very bright. Band meeting. Just check out the mystery thing there. Yeah, it's not particularly exciting at the moment. It's not a lot because we're not based where the stage is, so but it is just us doing the entertainment tonight, so it's all good. 2 1-hour sets. It is a rooster or cockerel or something. Yeah, we're on a farm in Cambridgeshire, Essex borders. It's all very pleasant. Lots of greenery. There's a bundle of laughs here at about 4:30 in the morning when he starts kicking off. Exactly. Booster rooster. That's what that is. It's not bad, Stace. It's not bad. He's relentless, this guy. Here comes the Funkle without his dress.
Hi.
And there he goes. A man of few words, as you just found out. Are you going off to strangle the rooster? That's not a euphemism, by the way. Don't know. I don't know. Oh, sorry, missed messages there. Is there a buffet? No, we've been fed. Yeah, it was all right. There wasn't a lot to it, but yeah, we've been fed. And I always bring food anyway because I'm veggie, and you never know what you're going to get or if you're going to get anything. So I kind of play safe for that. Maybe she's fallen in the pond. I'll bet. Yes, sir.
Cesspool. Everyone's got a cesspool when you're
Quite right. Status symbol. Quite pleased I got this hoodie on now. It's a bit chilly. It's seriously chilly. That was the Funkle. He'll be getting his makeup on shortly. Yeah. Well, guys and girls, I love you and leave you. Thank you very much for sort of chipping in. These impromptu live chats are exactly that, impromptu. But I just got very good reception here today, so it seemed a bit daft not to do one, I thought. So, hope you have a great evening. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your bass playing. And there'll probably be some more impromptu live chats next week. Should be good if we're on festivals. There'll be a few other bands doing stuff. So if there's any bass players on that I know, I'll try and rope them into a live chat. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. Take it easy. And stay in touch. And next live chat, official live chat, is 25th of July, Tuesday night, 25th of July. So stick it in your diaries. If you want to kind of pre-book so you don't forget, if you go through to the channel, find the live chat playlist or the sort of upcoming videos list, and click on the video for the live chat, which will be live chat 52, and there'll be a notify me button. Click on that and YouTube will send you a notification nearer the time. That is it. I will head off, go and get changed, do my gig, and I'll catch you all soon. Take it easy. All the best.